Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Broken Lords on Endless. Alright, we have a couple of things to focus on here. Let's dig right into this. First of all, Melantur. I think after the Empire Mint we probably want to get titanium going, we want to get our wine flowing. How is the wine extractor in Mornlock is almost done. Right now, because we're on 3 cities, we're at content. Suffering a tiny bit of expansion disapproval. The wine will push us up into sort of the middle of happy. We might even be able to get from there to fervent without having to do too much extra work. That's going to be very high value for us. I think we have to move the army north to deal with this. I don't know what to do with this guy. I don't know, let's just go and feel the situation out over here. It's been a while since we saw that territory. We don't know what's going on. There might be red dudes running around. We'll have our army come up and... Oh, winter. Inconvenient. Okay, actually, you know what he can do is grab pearls. And you guys... Okay, this is apparently the best path. So, the moment that Melantur finishes its titanium deposit, it's going to be important to get our... Actually, does our hero have that skill yet? Okay. Once our hero has mining authority, and we get that titanium extractor up, we need to assign this hero over, because we need to pull titanium as quickly as possible. I really don't like equipping my troops with glass steel. And the reason for that is just that I suspect, given the enemy that we're fighting, that we're going to be at lower initiative than they are, even if we do have glass steel, which means that the glass steel is really just worse than titanium. I guess this guy's just... That's going to be his job. He's just going to run around and gather pearls. Once we get meritocratic promotion, obviously he gets merged into the main force, but... we're not going to research meritocratic promotion until it looks like we actually need it. Because the moment you research it, regardless of whether or not you're making use of the increased army size, you start paying additional upkeep on all of your troops. Alright, how close are you to leveling? It's pretty close, right? Yes, in fact, 5 XP per turn, it'll be next turn. So I think we'll probably keep the hero on for the battle with the Eyeless Ones, not because we need the hero's strength against the Eyeless Ones, but because I want to get that free XP. It's only going to be a couple, but... So we need to get our settler out. Maybe that's what Mornlock's going to do. My thinking is that I want Culch, and I want it soon, because it won't be around forever. Part of the reason I want Culch, even though Pink's gonna see it as an aggressive move, and they're gonna talk some shit to us about it. I think if we get Culch, when Pink declares war on us, they'll probably focus their efforts on Culch. Whereas if Pink were to declare war on us right now, I would feel like I have to defend this entire border because I don't know which city they're gonna send armies to. Culch provides a nice focal point. It's not impossible that Pink could take a walk around, but I don't think it's all that likely. How many turns are we talking about here? 7? Well, we have to get our settling out, and the other cities are doing important stuff. Okay, we'll have alchemical alloys in 2 turns. 1 turn now. Oh, hey, 15 free influence. Cool. Alright, let's deal with this. I can't imagine that we need to manual. Yeah, okay. Little bit of extra XP for our hero. And then... This is the right one. Okay. So we're having a little bit of a population issue right now. Related in part to the fact that we just don't have dust. We have no money to buy citizens with. We're paying the price a little bit for, first of all, an early blunder or two. But secondly, for prioritizing the purchase of a hero early. We gotta make it until the museum finishes, and then things are gonna be basically okay. So we're drawing up pretty close on another empire plan here. We should figure out what we want to... Oh, good. Center of Influence facility. Okay, well... that makes things more difficult. So, okay. It costs us 60 influence to just get this, which will let us restart our... sort of kickstart our economic engine. I would love to get to here, but that would require me to generate 50 influence over the next 7 turns. And we're at -6 right now. That seems infeasible. I think if we put everybody in the Empire onto influence, we might barely make it, but that is a horrible way to use my troops. So we're going to go and have some words with these minor faction armies. We may as well keep growing. Nobody else is going to sit back. So we're not going to, like I said, we're not going to pick up meritocratic promotion just yet. We'll need it. But maybe we can afford to do some things to boost our dust output first. I don't know, man. There's probably some pearls down here somewhere. Let's go see if we can find them. So we don't have anywhere near the amount of dust that it would take to retrofit our troops either. What is this? Oh, I forgot all about this. Okay, well this will have the wine coming in really quickly then. What are we at right now? Plus 4.5 per turn? That's fantastic. Alright, so we'll have our wine booster in just a couple of turns. We can definitely take these guys on. They flew way too close to the city. Of course, this is the city that doesn't have a hero. So they have 4 speed. Is there any way for me to place my units such that they can't... No. There is no safe position. So we're going to lose these Kekators if they want to kill them. You can see these guys have circular attack. They don't have sweep strike back. So they don't AoE when they're attacked, but they do a circular attack with their normal attack, which means we have to be careful how we stand because we don't want to get a whole bunch of people hit by it. Right, let's all focus, please. Unfortunately, they get to move first. Okay, that wasn't too bad. Our damage is so low. I wish we could afford the retrofits. This is going to be pretty good for them. Okay, this guy dies this turn. Alright, both of the stalwarts got to hit him before he died. That was lucky. So they both got to benefit from Soul Reach. Come on, guys, get there. There we go, double Soul Reach again. Okay. That wasn't too bad. Remember, when we're playing Broken Lords, attrition damage matters a lot more than it does with the other factions, because we have to manually pay off every point of damage. So what did these guys... These guys just wanted some wine, right? We can do that. We can just give them some of our wine. Yeah, they want a little bit less than 2 turns of wine. Oh, purple has settled Rothkalor. Okay, so we don't really know a lot about the geopolitical situation. You know, Pink didn't forward settle us as hard as possible. Is this somebody that we don't know? Got to 30 units. I'm glad that it's somebody we don't know. Actually, hold on. I might not be that glad. Okay, I was concerned that it might be red. It's green. Green is not my problem. So I was... Pink could have settled Kalch by now, right? And my thinking when they didn't is that they aren't trying to immediately starve us out the way that Pink did in the last game. So I kind of figured that maybe they were having some trouble with somebody else. Something's distracting them. And this indeed may be it. It may be that purple is causing more immediate issues for them. So do I want to delay? I think I'm gonna go ahead and pop a wine booster, and then give these guys the next 8 wine. So we gotta wait 3 turns. Next turn we'll be able to pop our booster. Or no, wait, we need 20. Oh, we're at +7 per turn. Yeah, next turn we will be able to pop our booster, and then the turn after that we'll be able to hook them up. I'd rather have the positive effects a little bit earlier. So we need... Well, actually, we should probably rebuild these villages first. We need the science, but the buildings will come. Actually, I want the library above the... Okay. Alright, so we are getting plus influence for a little while here. Okay, hold on a second. This is interesting. So now we're getting plus 16 for... Actually, this is going to make it so we can do the double empire plan without us having to do anything in particular. Alright, so let's keep scooping up pearls. We want to be able to build our altar of Auriga somewhere. We probably want to get out onto the water, but I didn't have a lot of luck with that last game, and it's maybe a little skittish. Okay, pink just got the free die. Oh, are you kidding me? Like a turn before we got it. Well, that sucks. Okay, we suddenly have a bunch of money. So, Dust Boost 3. I think we just take the Dust Boost 3 here, alright? Let's just keep purchasing engine. Unwin Weybridge may end up being the governor of Kalch. But for right now, this is a perfectly sensible thing for us to do. And then we crack this. Okay, yeah, I'm not too happy about us not getting that. All that extra approval was going to be really nice. It might even have been enough to drag the entire empire up into Fervent. Oh well. We have a ton of resources now. We should definitely buy some citizens. This is 80-something? 68. Okay. We can at least take this opportunity to fix up our busted-ass population numbers. Okay, so in Kalch we want to settle, I think right between these anomalies next to the river, right? Yeah, it seems pretty sensible. And that way we'll settle right after the next Empire plan, so it should work out well. And we have 8 wine this turn. Good. Okay, so we chill these guys out, we don't have to worry about them again, and we can settle this region and take advantage of instant population boost. Where do I want to settle here? Because we might want to... I know I was saying that we might want to take Namal to... because doing so will make Thames safe immediately. But I'm a little worried about, first of all, the fact that the land here is not fantastic, and secondly, I'm worried about how much we're bordering foreign powers. Because it turns out that you cannot just antagonize the entire rest of the world and pay no consequences for that. Do I want to try for the megapole? How many turns would it take to make the megapole here? 21 is a high number. That is an uncomfortably large number. Alright, Melantar is gaining population. We're not being pushed by our enemies, and we don't have to fight to expand. Well, okay, that answers that question. Out of curiosity, who got those? Purple got both of them. Okay, so Purple's the dominant player this game. There's always an AI that is significantly above the others. Okay, this village is already pacified. These guys already. Alright, so Purple's the dominant AI. This is good and bad for us. Ooh. Alright, Pink is going to be very displeased if we do this. I hate racing on the turn when you're trying to make your empire plan too. This is like the worst. Okay, so we should probably make another unit or two. We have 4 stalwarts and 2 Kikators, but remember the Kikators can't be retrofitted, so they're not going to be effective as combat units against another player. So we need to have actually probably 6 stalwarts. Or like DOS Bishop or 2 mixed in there. Trying to figure out what the best play is, because we also need to expand. Obviously, it's a good idea for us to have large, powerful cities. Actually, maybe what Shulna should do is make a settler. We have a lot of territory that we want to take, and we want to do it relatively quickly, I think. Alright, so I'm going to try to enter our empire plan quickly, then hit the follow your orders button to settle Kalch, and we'll see if this works out in time. As soon as that empire plan thing comes up. I would rather settle Kalch than get the empire plan, but I'm going to try to do both here. Ah, well that's not very fast. Oh, they settled in the spot I wanted, so it moved as close, or they stopped moving the spot I wanted, so it's moved as close to them as possible, and then just plonked the city down. That's not ideal, because not like we really need this 6. Alright. What does it cost to buy borough streets? A lot. Alright, well. Yeah, that's awkward. Now now our city is slightly in the wrong place. That is not what I was expecting to happen. Of all the outcomes. Alright, we're actually going to need the roads as well as the dust, so I think it's a good idea to pick this up. Let's start getting those right-of-ways out. This seems like a time to maybe consider boats. All we have to do is build a single borough on Milantor to get out into the ocean. And we probably want to get out into the ocean. Should I pick up a boat design at this point? Or maybe just get Central Mark. You know what? It's so unlikely that we're going to get payout from the ocean at this point, because we'd be getting to it so late. Let's just focus on making our land empire as effective as possible. So, actually, do we want to keep these Kikators running around with our guys? Or should I just dump them off and make the group of stalwarts? I probably should do that. This probably should just be the stalwarts. Alright, so you're just going to stay put for this turn. Plus 41's not bad, but we have to do a lot better. What did I do? Oh. Totally forgot about that. Okay, I would expect some upset words from Pink to come across anytime now. So what's the next thing we do with our dust? I mean, we gotta buy citizens, we need to do so many things. And we really need to start moving people over onto dust. We need to have at least a city or two where that is happening. And really, it needs to be this one, honestly. It didn't add too many turns to Geomic Labs. Yeah, I think that's probably right. That's better. We're going to want it in more places, but that's what we can afford to do right now. Alright, so if we take Namal and Tame, we'll be on 6 regions. There's a much, much stronger economic base than we had last game. And we've managed to not meet red or purple yet, which means that red and purple can't be plotting against us. This actually worked out really well. So I think the army just wants to, like, yeah, get over here. If something goes down, I want them kind of in the middle. And we know that these areas are relatively safe. And I don't think that our settler needs to be escorted. There's no neutrals around here, and there shouldn't be enough red units to stop us from being able to settle. Alright, let's level up John Port. Not really a lot to consider here. We just go up the same path as always. Plus dust on river. Sometimes there's a river, sometimes there isn't, but whatever. It just gets you to plus dust whenever there's dust. Then you get the mining authority. You move through siege engine, which doesn't really accomplish much, to dust trickery for a huge amount of dust. So, unfortunately, that level doesn't really do much for this city. The next level will be nice. I think we go for right-of-way here as well. I think we want to get the right-of-way up in as many places as possible, as quickly as possible. Alright, so where do we settle in Nummel? Nummel really doesn't have a lot of high-value terrain. It's mostly just a defensive city, so we probably want to settle it near the border with Shulna. We could go to, like, here. It's not very good, but this at least has some industry, which is more than you can say for most of the other areas. Yeah, okay. Maybe it's not a good idea to run them so far away from the new settlements. Why don't we wait, like, I don't know, down here somewhere. So what would be the next? So the next hero would cost 400 something. We don't see a lot of really obvious, unfortunately. Don't see a lot of really obviously good heroes. Remember, we'd like to stick to Broken Lords where possible because of the thing that we get from our faction quest. Of course, we do have to actually move our faction quest forward for that to be meaningful. This wouldn't be a terrible time to go back and get some stuff. In fact, we want aquapulvistics now, and we could pick up boat designs as well, and maybe even sewer system. Central Market makes sewer system not necessary, usually. This is going to have to happen eventually. We may as well just get it over with. Pull that particular band-aid. Yeah, I think for right now we'll funnel dust into our population. Although I suppose really it should be Melantor that's getting a lot of that. Alright, let's go back and get aquapulvistics. And maybe like boarding vessel and pillage. So we need 3 more techs to move our faction quest forward. Oh hey, it's red. Well, now we've met the neighbors, so we have to be really on point now. We could be attacked from either side suddenly. We're gonna need more units. We also may as well get this last settler out as quickly as possible. Okay, free influence is coming to an end, sadly. So, like I said, we're going to need more units, but we just have so much important infrastructure to build. Halch needs to get down here and claim the extra industry. I was hoping that it was going to be a little cheaper than that. Six turns, that's cheaper. When I said cheaper, what I meant was faster. Alright. We can see the other players fighting. It looks like purple and blue. Purple and blue went into combat at the same time, so purple's having some kind of problem with blue, probably. It could be a coincidence. It could be that they both started fighting neutrals at the same moment. Alright, we're about to have our first couple of right-of-way posts up. We might be able to get out of this without having to fight at all in the first era, which would, I think, be beneficial. We definitely want pillage. Now remember, our difficulty, or our victory conditions are a little bit different this game than they usually are, and it's really going to be, combat's going to be necessary. We're not going to be able to wall off and go for an economic victory, so I'm not trying to do anything like that. I just think that we need a little bit of time to catch up. The AI gets to start with a huge advantage, but they're not nearly as good at just playing the game over a long period of time as we are. Alright. Close borders from somebody? Red. Okay, so Red's gonna attack us. It's fine. We will relocate our troops to this side, and it looks like maybe not with the getting to wait until Era 3 on combat. Okay, we need one more tech after pillage as well. We should make this decision. I don't particularly want sewer system because Central Market is just better, and my experience is that Central Market is usually sufficient. Central Market plus being good at expanding your cities, usually sufficient to keep you fervent. But I really do want, I guess we'll get this. I really do want the, you know what, I almost never research military science. It might be a good idea to get military science. Just a little bit of extra fortification, a little extra time for our citizens, or for our defensive forces to get where they're going. Plus, having more powerful cities does dissuade the enemy from attacking you a little bit. I think we want to just... Actually, you know what? We should make that settler, like I was saying. Let's just hurry up and claim our borders. Okay, purple is losing cities to blue. That's very interesting. Blue might end up being the dominant AI. Oh, Namal is supposed to have population. I'm supposed to be remembering to buy population. Okay, we're actually making a pretty okay amount of money now. We're getting up there. We need to get right-of-way going into more of our cities, obviously. Trade routes are just free money. You don't really have to do anything. It's money that grows over the course of the game as you add to your empire. And so Pink is running around with guys who are very close to their starting stats. But, you know, if they actually got into a war with us, who knows how long that would last. They'd probably retrofit pretty quickly. Alright, Melantor is almost back on top of things. We should probably try to save up for a hero or two here. Well, we should get our capital up a little, population. I don't know exactly where it makes sense. Like, there's probably some math we could do figuring out the breakpoints. There's definitely a point where it makes more sense to spend a bunch of dust on a hero than it does to buy more citizens. Alright, out of curiosity, who got that? It was Blue. Blue was the first to have all of the strategic resources available, and now they have a big bank of adamantium. Okay, so we may have to be wary of Blue, but fortunately we haven't met them yet. Maybe I should attack these guys. Might be some free XP for our heroes, and it prevents them from noticing that. Well, I guess it doesn't matter if Tame is noticed, because we're going to have it soon enough. Yeah, maybe not. I don't really want Pink and Red to both go to war with me at the same time. That sounds like a real bummer. Oof. Dearth of Dust hits us much harder than it hits everybody else. Oh, let me click on these guys. Forger 3. Okay, so their units are also pretty weak right now. Alright, where in Tame do we want to settle? My suspicion is that we want to settle in this area where the river cradles up against the anomalies. But maybe not. Maybe we want to settle over here. Remember that dust terrain is -2 dust from its normal values right now, so things look worse than they are. If we settled right here, that would give us ocean access and quite a bit of dust, but not a lot else. Oh, this is tricky. This is a really crummy region. We got a lot more land this time, but not all of it is good land. Alright, we have a crazy amount of wine, which we may be able to use for trade. We might be able to talk the AI into trading some stuff with us. Let's see if we can do that. The next things I want right of way. Oh wow, you have a lot of things to do. Right, we don't have a lot of influence. That's right, and we don't have a lot of ways of getting influence either. This hurts so much. The dust accumulator facility is nowhere near as crippling. Okay, Pink just straight declared war on us. Inside of our territory. Yeah, no shame. Alright, well we did unlock our quivering circlet, so all of our governors can become much, much more powerful. So first of all, spend your level. So this is going to help. For each of these that we put out, we're gaining a lot of effectiveness. We may also have to equip this governor with some gear, maybe? Well, we don't have a huge amount of dust available to us. Okay, so how close can we get next turn? We could catch them next turn, so we need to talk about upgrades. We have more than enough titanium now to give them proper titanium weapons. How expensive is this upgrade? Okay, affordable. That was the #1 most important thing, was getting weapons up. I just took care of that. We need to colonize a new region, settling in an area that provides at least 13 dust. Oh, we may have to wait, actually, a little while for Dearth of Dust to run out, because I want our settle to get us this. Okay, so we're just gonna bum rush these guys at the beginning of the turn. Hopefully be able to catch these dudes before they move anywhere. We are 3 technologies off. Well, we're gonna need this now. The shadow of war, unfortunately, has fallen across our lands. Alright. Go get them with maximum alacrity. Their units aren't very good right now, and if we can catch them next to the city, we have a huge advantage from the city's units. Please go. Okay. If you click fervently enough, they get the idea eventually. Okay, they just ran. That's cool. Alright, yeah, there's nowhere in here that we can settle right now that gives 13 dust, and I do not want to not get this with our settles, so... Dearth of Dust has 7 turns left. That sucks. That sucks a lot. Alright, so we need to maybe save up dust for a commander type. Pink's units might not be as bad as these ones. Remember, these guys came in from kind of a weird angle. It's possible that these guys have just been out of place for a long time. Yeah, we're talking about 500 dust. I don't need to look at these yet. So do I want to... Let's back this guy up, actually. Because it's very clear, right, that the reason Pink is making the moves they're making is because they want to attack our settler. Come on. Okay. Yep, and here comes the army to Culch. which we might actually lose. I kind of allowed myself to be distracted here in a way that's embarrassingly transparent. Well, if we lose Kalch, that's not the end of the world. We can fight back for it, obviously. Man, we really need the stat boosts of a functional hero. Okay, so everybody focus up. Let's try to get as much damage onto one unit as we can, because apparently it takes us 1,000,000 hits to kill anything. Yeah, I think Broken Lords are probably, I would say, one of the weakest early game factions, just because their units are so... Their units have a lot of stats. If you were to total up all of the points of stats that all of the starting units have, Broken Lords don't appear to be that far behind. Also, us getting 0.0 damage attacks a whole bunch of times in a row on this guy, just so that we wouldn't be able to kill him on the turn when all of our stalwarts had attacked him, is some very frustrating BS. That is the game, like, very transparently just being like, no, you're not getting the healing. That's not happening. But we have a lot of points of stats, but the fact is defensive stats are less important than offensive stats. Glass cannon units are better than strongly defensive units, because when you engage in combat, the entire goal, way more important than keeping all of your own units alive, is killing enemy units. So, like, Ardent Mages, I think, are much, much better early game than Broken Lords, for example, with their extremely... Although, to be fair, Broken Lords have a really great complement for their glass cannon units in the fact that they can stun swaths of the enemy. Yeah, look at how much damage we took there just from the disease, man. Okay. 2 of you died? I autoed that because there was no way it could... Alright, well... okay, how bad is this? 35 damage, 61 damage, 77 damage, 113 attack, and Drider. Okay. This is... I mean, I'm just going to auto this because it's a loss, and there's no way that we affect that. That sucks. So we can go back up here since there's no longer any threat. Yeah, we take Kalch back, obviously, or we lose. So, stalwarts, please. The good news is that the loss of Kalch has reduced our expansion disapproval, and we are back up to happy. Which means we're making more dust per turn than we were before, even with the loss of a city. Yeah, Dearth of Dust really... Dearth of Dust is like an extra kick in the throat to the Broken Lords player, who is starting the game behind due to the weakness of his units. How much are these guys right now? They're not that much. We need to fix up the design a little bit. It doesn't have any armor on because I needed to make sure that we could get the weapons. The retrofit for the weapons. So let's go ahead and throw the actual armor on as well. Okay, well, we can afford a little bit of retrofitting. Yeah, we gotta form up quickly here. And unfortunately, there's no way we get to buy a military hero. So we may have to temporarily repurpose one of our governors. Having the extra unit is going to be valuable. Oh, they've abandoned the city. So I will just go and take it back then. That was maybe a questionable play on their part. Namal is going to make us... I don't know. Right away seems like a good idea. More trade routes. So... trying to figure out what this city builds next. What's most effective? It's probably the dust dredger, right? We just need a huge amount of dust. How long does it take them to make units? 6 turns. Criminy. Melantor is also going to have to make some units. Can I afford to not have them dust focused? Actually, maybe all of Namal can do dust for a little while. That'll help. The central market is basically done. Yeah, okay. Well, we're in a bit of a situation, that's for sure. God, we really need Dearth of Dust not to be happening at this moment. This is killing us. Alright, so that's one more stalwart done. Obviously, Melantor is about to come under attack, and there's not a lot I can do about it. We have to challenge these guys when we have the ability to actually win the fight. Oh, they have another army of 5 dudes coming. This is pretty bad. So, what are we going to do here? Kalch can't defend itself. And I'm not 100% sure how many guys we need to push off this army of 5 dudes. It's probably a lot, though, actually. 473. Actually, you know what we should be researching prisoners, slaves, and volunteers next, because that will have a tremendous and immediate effect on the war. All right, so Jocelyn Dival got injured by the city that he was in being conquered. We're going to restore him next turn and assign him as the captain of this army. Well, maybe it would be better just to put him in, like, governorship of Kalch or something, because the Quivering Circlet's really powerful. Yeah, we need units. Need them pretty badly. We're gonna have to retrofit, or not retrofit, we're gonna have to fix his equipment as well. I think we need the extra combat unit right now badly enough. Oh, that's right, we do have this. What are the stats on 81 attack, 102 damage? Yeah, let's go for the quest weapon. And we may as well throw army damage boost 1, and army initiative boost is probably not worth the trinket slot, because our initiative is so much lower than theirs, I'm sure. Alright, so we'll do that. Wow. No confidence. They moved a hero over to this army as well. Okay, so we just probably give up the city, right? And then because I don't think it's beneficial to us to fight there at this moment. And we'll just take it back in a second. So where is the army that took Melantor? Huh. Green took from Red a territory that is completely surrounded by Red stuff. That's interesting. That's a weird decision. What am I looking for here? I was about to try to figure something out, and now I don't remember what it was. Well, it can't have been that important. Okay, so we need more unlock to finish pumping this dude out. And then, unfortunately, with just 4 stalwarts, we're going to have to start making some moves because we can't wait forever. Oh, right, what I was looking for was the length of Dearth of Dust. Okay, so two more turns. Yeah, attacking the Broken Lords player during Dearth of Dust is a canny tactical move. We're very close to defenseless at this time. Alright, go back and pick up your last dude. We're going to use the same Empire plan as last time. Because we can just barely afford to do so since we drop down cities. Alright, and then I guess we push Kalch again? Melantur's kind of inconveniently placed for me to get to it from the capital. Is all I'm thinking. Okay, Dearth of Dust has ended. And we still need to produce units. We're going to need a lot more units than we have. Okay, can we settle in a region that produces... Oh, right, the fucking winter also is reducing the value of tiles. Nope, I have to keep waiting. Okay, so we've gotten some pretty bad luck here. Dearth of Dust overlapping into the winter, and this sucks. Alright, so we take our city back. They have not bothered to defend it. And then we'll go do the same thing to Melantur. They'll push Kalch again, and we'll actually be able to fight for it this time. Hopefully. Well, they built stuff in it. They built a seed storage. I'm actually going to destroy this. The seed storage does nothing for us and costs us 1 dust per turn in upkeep. So it's very rarely correct to destroy buildings, but this is definitely a case where it is. Also, they give birth to citizens while they hold the place, so that's something. We're getting pretty close to a hero hire. What do we have available? Army attack boost 2 on a support hero. Army boost 2. That's interesting. Exactly how much is that? 6 damage, 4 initiative, and 10% attack and defense. That's not bad, and I actually think that Alai heroes are pretty good fighters, although you have to be careful with them because their AI is kind of busted. I don't know why, but there's something specifically about the Alai heroes. They have some problems. So Ipsawacha has army damage boost 2, which is not bad, certainly. But remember, we do already have a trinket that gives army damage boost 1, so I think I would kind of like a boost that doesn't overlap with that. I think this is maybe going to be the one for us. Stats are not the best ever. 51 attack, 32 damage. He has more health than a Wild Walker. And more defense. Yeah, I think it's going to be this guy. And then we can move Dival to, Kalch or something. I'm hoping that we'll be able to get up to Melantur, take it back, and then get back down to Kalch before the Pink Army reasserts itself. Oh no, he's just going to go over to Shulna. Okay, well that's a problem. I'm not really enjoying this hot potato thing. I just trade my cities back and forth. He's not really gaining a lot, he's just making my game less efficient, but he's doing it in a way that that's kind of costing him time. I don't know. He could be doing better things for himself than taking and immediately giving back cities. Okay, so well, there's no way I get back to Shulna in time for it to matter. We could unassign John Port, since the city's going to fall and there's no way to prevent that. Well, actually, it has a Stalwart and a Kekator. Ah, damn it, we don't have enough. If I could have bought out the stronghold, the extra walls, to get the city up to 200 points of fortification, that would have been really cool. Maybe the city does hold. Oh, I need to wait one more turn. Well, shit. Okay, so I should have looked at that before buying a hero and not bought a hero this turn, and instead used the money to buy stuff out in Shulna. In fact, that's so much what I should have done that we're just going to go ahead and fix my error. Yeah, his army apparently is just going to flee from my army. This is his plan. It's annoying, but he keeps... If he's taking my cities and improving them and then immediately losing them back to me, I don't feel like I'm losing out that much from that plan. It's a very strange thing to do. He should definitely be leaving some kind of defensive force. Okay, I think we're gonna stick with the plan here. This is 324. Okay, yes, we're just gonna try to stand and hold Shulna, I guess. And we're going to not make stupid mistakes in the future. And I know that I just spent a little bit more than I could spend and still be able to afford that hero, but I'm okay with it. We'll pick the hero back up eventually. Winter could end. That would be great. Okay, that's not the most efficient path. Is it? Oh, there's cliffs everywhere. Yeah, it is. Okay. Oh, so now he just has 11 units and 2 full-size armies. Okay. Well, let's see if we can hold here. Alright. With 200 points of fortification and 4 units, or 6 units rather, can we manage this? He has a lot of stats, but the damage on his units isn't really that high for the most part. So I think we're going to focus in on the Necro Drones. They do the most damage, and bringing them down quickly will help to limit our casualties. Alright, 68. Our units have pretty high defense. We should be able to avoid taking damage and a half from every hit. Yeah, okay. They ran up on the cliff, and now my units would rather move adjacent to them and not attack than move over and attack the ones that can attack. That's annoying. I really wish this setting here. If commands cannot be executed, this unit will go on offense. The command could not be executed, right? They could not execute their attack this guy command, so they should go into let's fight somebody mode, and they don't. It's frustrating. That poor guy is getting... They are getting damage and a half on us a lot. It would be cool if that could maybe happen less. Because our defense is high enough that it should not be happening. Yeah, You can see these Kekators, without an ability to improve their stats through equipping better gear on them, they're just useless. Not useless, they might distract the Necrophages for a turn or two. Oof, oh no, she got it. Okay, well, we took down one drone. Bringing down the other one would be the best thing we can do to weaken this army. But obviously we're not winning this battle. I think we'll survive it. Okay, unless we get hit for 100 all the time. I think we'll survive the battle, but we're not winning. And you can see, even with like kind of a bad build for being a commander, our hero is still doing good damage. Broken Lord's heroes are good fighters. Actually, you should probably stay focused on that. And I guess you guys can just try to... This is a really annoying thing. Yeah, wow, we're gonna take 100 damage a whole lot of times. It's like he knows what orders I've issued. Anytime that he's the target, he moves to safety, and anytime he's not, he moves out to attack whatever's holding. Well, it's harsh, but we survived. We did some meaningful damage, but Necrophage units are, first of all, biological, so they heal naturally. But also, they have bonus healing rate. So any non-lethal damage you do to a Necrophage has to be capitalized on very quickly. We don't really have the ability to push them either. How much fortification does the city have left? 0. Okay, because it'll be stripped by 28 at the beginning of the next turn. Well, I mean, there's not really a lot to be done here. Yeah, this is bad. Okay, well, we're just about to hit the hour, so I think that's going to be the end of this episode. We are in a bad position, and this time I felt like we were in a much better starting position, and I felt like we were in a better place to sort of press our resources into an army, but it's not working out so well. Come back next time. We're going to keep trying to soldier on. I don't know exactly what the plan is. We may back this one up a significant amount and try some different approaches, because clearly some learning needs to be done. Yeah, so come back next time. We're going to find a way out of this, and we'll see you then.